is an image of the brain with different regions of the brain color-coded diseases, and this relates to the concept of brain localization, which psychologists use to reference the brain's ability to like compartmentalize different and like delegate different tasks to different areas of the brain.
How much brain?
The human brain is hardwired to recognize faces, and this extends beyond things like humans and animals, in fact, to inanimate objects as well. This is representative of the biological approach to behavior, and specifically relates to schema theory.
This relates to the case of HM under the topic of brain localization. The aim of the experiment was to explore the role of the amygdala and behavior in the specific case of patient HM, who he had a lobotomy performed on him to cure him of epileptic seizures, and in the lobotomy they removed 8 centimeters of his of brain tissue from his anterior and 2/3 from the hippocampus, and then wrote about the extent of HM's amnesia when it was realized. As a result of the lobotomy, HM had anterograde and retrograde amnesia, and the conclusion is that because parts of the hippocampus were removed, and he as a result of that he had amnesia, it can then be concluded that the hippocampus is related to memory. Okay, these are images of brain scans, which were taken from MRIs, which are a research method in psychology, which researchers use to analyze the effects of different experimental conditions on the brain directly by analyzing different neural networks going off.
These are MRIs taken from brains at different stages of development, from infant to adolescence. One thing that we can observe with this is that the gray matter decreases as age increases, and white matter increases to replace it. This aligns with multiple theories and studies that have shown how cognitive development works in early stages of life. A key part of cognitive development in early stages of life is the idea of theory of mind, which is the concept that an individual can recognize that others have different perspectives from them, not necessarily empathy, but more so to a literal difference in perspective, whether this falls under the idea of object permanence, or seeing something, or recognizing that someone sees something that you aren't seeing.
One test that psychologists use to show theory of mind is the mountain test, where they will have a researcher on one side and a child on the other, and the child will be asked to. There are 4 images. Also, forgot about this. There are 4 images on the ground of different angles of the mountain, and the child is then asked to pick which mountain that they see, or which image they see, and then which image the researcher sees. As someone without theory of mind would just pick the same image for both, because they think that what the researcher is seeing is what they're also seeing, because they only understand things from their direct perspective, whereas someone who has theory of mind or has developed it will actually pick what the researcher can see. Here is an example of relating to bilingualism, which is another example of brain localization. And this connects to a specific study, Kim and Hirsch, 1997, wherein there were 12 bilingual individuals, 6 of which learned a second language early in life, and the other 6 learned their second language in adolescence.
Here's what you want to do with the letter control.
And they had conducted fMRI scans on all the participants while making them do a silent speaking task, where one in which they spoke their native language, and then a cool down period, and then another where they spoke their second language and scanned their brains.